نطرحها ونحن كمان فينا نتابع فيها. وإذا حدا بيحب to answer any of the questions, please feel free. أستاذ رامي، إذا بعدك معنا فيك تجاوب عن نقطة علاقة الحكومة كيف فيها تسهل ل the uptake of electric vehicles by people in the region. Or Mr. Adam.
Sorry, could you repeat the question, please?
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Adam. So the point raised was how are the governments right now helping in the uptake of electrical vehicles on the regional level?
That's a really good question. There's Jordan leading the way with EVs. Egypt, the infrastructure is being built, but the supply of EVs isn't there. Currently, there's still regulatory issues in Saudi and Oman to deliver on two-wheeled vehicles, let alone electric vehicles. So there are a lot of policy changes that are being looked at. The Dubai Supreme Council of Energy, we've got a relationship with them, and on a sort of a Dubai-based level, obviously they make their recommendations. There's a huge amount of infrastructure that's being invested into, both public and private, which has there's the saying build and that they will come, which is very, very true of this region. But when you look at the supply from OEMs and manufacturers, that's really where a big issue is, because currently customers don't necessarily want to pay quite a high ticket price for not a lot of car. And the majority of disposable income, or what customers are prepared to invest in a car, isn't around the 300,000 dirham mark for a Tesla, nor is it 140,000 to 160,000 dirham for a Nissan Leaf. It's having the availability of those cars, which then creates demand, which then the governments are going to be more reactive to. I think they're doing a great job in investing where it's needed, but not necessarily in supplying the demand, because they don't understand where the demand is. There's reports saying that 70%, 72% of people would choose a hybrid or electric vehicle on their next car, but the government can't respond and react to that. So I think where they're looking at the investment into hydrogen and other energy capabilities over the next sort of 10, 15 years, I think that's where the majority of the investment's being made at the moment.
Sir, if you don't mind, Khtir Fadila, sir, I need to intervene here. Sir, unfortunately, we are in the Gulf region, are not having the luxury of time. We are burning at least the 5 million barrels per day. We are losing more than $500 million per day because we are burning our oil. If we are going to depend on what's so-called the hybrid, the hydrogen, and the electric cars, we have to sign an agreement with the manufacturers and the dealers of these cars under one condition, that we are supporting it, green loaning, with the guarantees and the whole thing, plus creating jobs and transferring technology and so on. We are not less than Europe or United States in this field. We are looking for a government plan, obvious, direct, to the point that we are in need of this technology instead of burning oil or to refuel our own cars by regular oil. No, we are not going to do so. We have to do something else. Besides that, you have been talking about the electric vehicles and the motorcycles and so on. My problem is not the motorcycle. My problem is the human being. Why should I bring more people to my own country to drive these vehicles? The people who are in need of the service should drive it by themselves, should do it according to their own needs. I don't have to bring millions of people just to serve you to do something that you can do by yourself. the cost of non-citizens in Kuwait, for example, is costing us as support from the government for the electricity, water, medical treatment, food, and so on, more than $11,000 per year. So in this case, I can save lots and lots of money by bringing the suitable persons that I'm looking for, not for drivers of vehicles or somebody doing the delivery or selling certain things. I can do it online far better than what we are getting now. This is my point of view. We feel that as citizens, we are the least community in our own countries. We need to see us as the masters of the country, not to be part of 11 millions or 10 millions or 5 millions who are non-citizens. We are open-minded. It is like a river. We are looking to deal with everybody, but pick and choose the right person for the right service at the right moment for the right cost. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Nasser.
may I respond?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you very much for those very passionate points. I completely agree. We're saying the same thing. I'm, as the owner of One Moto, I'm more than happy to discuss bringing assembly, manufacturing, creating those jobs in Kuwait, which I believe you said that you were from. So you're speaking to someone that is prepared to make that agreement. In addition, one of the biggest issues when it comes to the human resources of manpower, when you said, domestic employees or say Kuwaiti employees, there's a very big issue when it comes to local workforce to do those delivery jobs. And that's why this region has looked into sort of India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Nepal, to be able, because they're the ones that will do the delivery jobs. So when you said that you can order online, absolutely can, but those food items or those products still need to be delivered. And in the Gulf region, we're not a society of two-wheeled mobility riders. And although it's great for congestion and all the other benefits, we're not in that society, unfortunately. Whereas other parts of the world, to jump on a moped and go to university or work is commonplace, especially in Europe and even more so in Asia. So there's a huge mindset that needs to be changed. And yes, we do need to all come together and make those changes collectively. But the point of creating jobs and sustainably and not burning the oil that you were talking about, we don't have all the answers, but we certainly have some solutions that we would love to work with anyone that's here to collaborate.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, my beloved lady.
Thank you.
Sir, I have nothing to do with against or being against somebody from India or Pakistan and so on. But if you are creating jobs, think of your own kids. If you don't have it, think of the sons of the Kuwaiti ladies. Think of what's called the stateless or the Badoon. Think of the people of the Gulf region. Think of the Arab world. Our kids are dying in the Mediterranean looking for jobs. We can create their own jobs in the Gulf region and the Arab world. Then when we'll have the luxury of time and money, we'll do it for the others. Otherwise, there is no sense of creating job for somebody from India or Pakistan while I'm having so many millions of Arabs who don't have a job. If we are going to do it, we have to do it right. And we have plenty of people who are willing to do the delivery, who are willing to do so many things. And if we don't have human beings, we can use the drones. And we have an experiment in Kuwait now using the drones for the delivery, and we can do it. Anybody who's thinking less that, you cannot do it because you are a Kuwaiti or a Gulf region, and this is not your job, this is not the right answer. There are so many things that we can do if we put our own efforts together, and we can depend on ourselves and our own human beings. Thank you, sir.
Yes, it says Nasser, I don't think this was the focus of this event. I can see where you're coming from, and you have raised very important issues. As we previously said, that we know the solutions, but we still are figuring out how to get there. and we still need to know how to optimize our resources and how to work together in order to get there. So hopefully we will. And thank you so much for your contribution and for giving your opinion on the matter.
Thank you, man.
Mr. Nasser.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, Mr. Adam, for helping Mr. Nasser and discussing with him this matter. I would like to thank all the participants today for your time, for your patience. I would like to thank again the speakers for your expertise, your time, and for being with us today. لكل المشاركين معنا اليوم والحاضرين كتير في عالم سألوا إذا نحن حنحط هول الريكوردينجز and yes we will. تابعونا على لينكد إن وعلى السوشيال ميديا وعلى الويب سايت حتلاقوا اللينكس ابتداء من الأسبوع الجاي أو قبل. شكرا لوجودكم معنا اليوم وإن شاء الله بنشوفكم بكرة باليوم الثالث من الأسبوع العربي للاستدامة والبيئة. Thank you all and goodbye.